So this is Essence de Noir, du Parfum. Quite an interesting fragrance. Guess what? In the ancient Persian kingdoms, men were obliged to present these oriental perfumes to their wives. This act was seen as a token of their love for them. They were required to offer it throughout their lives. In their eyes, these perfumes corresponded to what best represented female voluptuousness. This is a classical timepiece. It's an amazing, fragrance with very beautiful presentation. The top note here is built on blackcurrant and watery notes, while the middle note is composed of rose. Basically, he has some cyclamen, narcissus, jasmine, sambac, and the base note is grounded on agarwood, patchouli, incense, and benzoin. Came back from work and I decided to get some air in my garden and hopefully get to review this fragrance as well. Where do I start from with this one? Okay, I'll start with the character of this very fragrance. This feels heavy, this feels premium, this feels well made, well groomed, well detailed. Like you can see that this is practically a work of art. The fragrance house who sat over this very fragrance really took their time to craft this out. This is beautiful. Like, this is one of the most beautiful perfumes I have in my collection. I promise you, it's beautiful, beautiful in presentation. Feels rich, dense. Okay, so if roses are in layers, this will be the last layer of that rose. It's really not skanky, but it's also not bright, and it's not in the middle. It's just literally just settled somewhere below. So it's that kind of rose. I love this on a lady, but you have to be familiar with agarwood and rental fragrances to be able to enjoy this one, because this leans towards elegance. You don't wear this and just casually or carelessly just. This perfume needs a lot from you. It needs courage. You need to, if you don't know how to carry yourself, you don't have any business buying this fragrance. It smells very magnificent. It's a very well made fragrance because there's no difficulty in trying to pick up the notes in this fragrance. The blackcurrant is just there in your face once you, it's not the kind of sweet blackcurrant. It's a little bit bitter. So the smell, it smells a little bit sour, not in a bad way. This is very premium, and I can tell you for free that the designers behind this fragrance really took their time to make this happen. It's actually very difficult to not like this fragrance. Honestly, what I get with this fragrance is just how do I put it? How do I put it? I feel like this fragrance is the kind of perfume you smell on Arabic women. Those Arabic women who are dressed in hijabs. It gives off that air of a 35-year-old woman who is settled with life already. You just smell like you have your life put together already. But in the feminine, spectrum. It smells so unique. The character is intense. I feel like the beauty in this very fragrance is the fact that the notes are not far-fetched. It's not difficult to pick the notes in this one. So it was so well blended and made that you can literally almost pick all the notes in this very fragrance. This composes differently. The composition in this one is quite different. You pick literally almost all the notes that is being listed in this fragrance. So it's good to say that I literally get every single note, which is one of my favorite things in the fragrance. So for me, the rose and the agarwoods are the big players here. Those are the stars here. They will be in your face. You're going to have them. And don't get it twisted. The kind of rose you have here is not that skanky rose. It's not the glowing type. Very organic, well processed deep rose. It's not dark per se, but it's not also that kind of loud, noisy rose. There's really not much to not love about this fragrance because this smells so niche. It smells so niche. Very tasteful. This is not the conventional rose you typically have. This is not the typical rose you get. It was getting dark outside. I needed to come inside and pretty much just conclude on this whole thing before I can change up. I guess that's where we are. I love how this performs. This performs really well, really, really well. The longevity between 10 to 12 hours easily. And then the sillage here is, my whole room is literally smelling this fragrance. Anywhere you go to, this is going to accompany you and it's going to create a cloud around you. And this will definitely even invade people's personal spaces. So this is a big buy, right? The price performance on this fragrance is very good, because you can, this fragrance I think goes, you can get this fragrance below 40k, so which is a good thing, right? For me, I feel like this quality of juice for less than 40k, come on, that's a no-brainer. If you run into any of this in any store, please just buy it already. This is so unique that there is no review on YouTube you can find, besides of course this video now I'll be dropping, of this fragrance. It's so unique. I mean, anybody who wears this around you, you can tell that this is a very well detailed person. This is a melancholy. It has to be somebody who is big on details. I mean, it has to be somebody who's well given to details to be able to put up with this. And you don't wear this casually or carelessly. You need to wear it at the right time, in the right attitude. It's a piece of art. It's an embodiment of art. You shouldn't, for any reason, sleep on. So yeah, consider that. My conclusion here would definitely be that this is a timepiece. It's probably the most well-behaved wood I've ever owned. One of the best perfumes in my collection, actually. If you're a niche lover, you will most likely enjoy this, as I find this to be something very unusual. Perfumes like this don't last long on the shelf, so if you can lay your hands on it, please, by all means, get it and thank me later.